What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Sullivan Project Podcast. We're gonna try a little something different here. Got the piano going here. I'm gonna show y'all how. Well, you might not be able to see, but I'm gonna play a little bit on here. I'm blind in case y'all haven't tuned in before. And then I got some song lyrics because I'm doing some songs. So I wanted y'all to know that I actually can play with one or two fingers and my handicapped hands and write the lyrics and a little bit there and do the words. I'm gonna sit this down here. Yeah, I'm gonna get my paper shots and stuff here. Okay. Hopefully it'll work. And I learned how to play by ear mostly, so I just have to find the key and then go. Let's see here. No. Let's see here. Okay. No, that's the wrong one. Let's see here. I can't find that one, but let's see here. There's a quantum leap. Okay, that's like the beginning part. And then I'll see what else here. And then if I could do the loan movement, man, if I can remember here. Okay, let's see. There we go. Okay. The last two notes. That's a lonely man. I gotta practice with it though, but that's from the Incredible Hulk. See what else I can do real quick. Let's see here. Turtle power. And then it could be 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. And then how about Lean on Me if I can remember it? Okay, that's Lean on Me. Alright, and then I'm going to do some lyrics here. I'm writing a song. This is just a verse. I don't want to give away the whole song. It's Man on a Mission. And then we got an interview with Dan here we're going to play. Chris. We got an interview with Chris. Chris talk. Alexa, what are my stickies?
I found 221 notes. First note, Wings of an angel decision slate snake faith gate. Second note. Born to send withered face big chin bottle of gin and possession takes a lickin' keeps on ticking he is a man on a mission.
Alexa, stop.
Third note.
Okay, yeah, so when I'm writing songs, sometimes I just get words, or I'll hear words, a couple here and there, and I'll put them together for like a title or sentence, or uh, I just get a whole verse at once. It's just different ways. Or I put words into a batch, and then I kind of just pick and go from there. So, yeah, Man on a Mission, let's see, Born to Sin, Withered Face, Big Chin, Bottle of Gin in Possession, keeps a licking, or takes a licking, keeps on ticking. He is a man on a mission. Okay, so those are chorus right now, pending. So, all right, now let's do this interview with Chris. Previously recorded. If I can find the button on the audio thing. Just trim my nails. Oh my god. I can't even find the thing. Hopefully that's it. What's up, Chris? What's up? I just, like you said, one day at a time, and stuff comes at you, and you never know, right? Well, got that right. It was all more healthy, right? You've been down dealing with your diabetes stuff, like your sugar's too low, right? Yeah, today was a little high. Today was high. And yeah, people have it high, and you get it low, like that. It goes up and down. Jesus. And I was telling you about Dan. He eats a lot of sugar, and then he just takes a shot, and that's not really good because you can't just use that as a backup, you know what I mean, when you get sick. One time I gave him some, like, hard, not hard, but dry fruit, right? And that's real sugar, real natural fruit, but he ate like the whole bag almost on the way to church, and his sugar was like over 600, he said. Oh, shit. Like, that's real high, right? And he just went to the bathroom. Oh, yeah, that's bad. Yeah. Well, this is like that. It was like that all the time. It may be better now, but I think it has to do with, you know, some of his things where he's compulsive. He probably has some sort of OCD because he can't control. You know, like when we go to church, he has to go to the bathroom, you know, a bunch of times. He can't really sit down, or he wants to get a drink constant. You know, that's what I was explaining before. I can't imagine that. You know, we all got things. We know our limits and what we can do and what we can deal with. That's part of life, learning our limits. But you should never want to be someone else or wish you're someone else because you don't know what they're inside, what they got, what they're, you know. And he just feels like he's just like a tornado inside, you know. He can't sit, he can't relax. And then he's on 12 different medications, and I'm giving him a shot every month. I'm like, Jesus. He's like, I can't help it. I said, I know nothing wrong with people shouldn't think there's something wrong with them, but society makes you think if you're a certain way that it's negative, but we all have defects. Yeah. We're not perfect. We're not perfect. You know what I mean? So, but, yeah, so you're doing better now? I mean, you got it under control? Did you get some anything new, medication, or? Yeah, new medication coming, yeah. Jesus. It's the same thing, they just lowered the dose a little bit because it made me sick last week. Oh, God, yeah, you don't want that either. See, that's another problem I have, the older I got, and then especially after I lost my sight, everything is just so sensitive. I can't take any kind of medicine or antibiotics at all. People have like clear over-the-counter and stuff, put these clear eyes there. Eyes. They were throwing out for that. That's not put them in my eyes. And that's not supposed to happen. And even the doctor was thinking about what I kind of trying to suggest it was in my head. Dude, I know what I feel. You know what I mean? If you give me a stick in my eyes and my heart beats faster and I get disoriented, I'm not making that up in my head because you gave me eye drops. My body reacts to something that's in there. You know? There's like one time I got some kind of powder. I like to get them drinks like Kool-Aid or sugar free, but they're on powder, and you mix it with water and it tastes good, you know? Yeah, I've had that. Hawaiian Punch, yeah. Hawaiian Punch is real good. They got the grape and red, and they're sugar free. But I can swear that they taste like sugar. They actually give me a little bit of more sugar. So I actually have a reaction to the fake sugar as well. And then one time I got one that had the stuff that has energy drinks had and I was like, I didn't know what was going on. And then my sister read the package to me, and then I realized the contents. It was something that they put in an energy drink, and I'll never drink that one again. I forget what it was, but it had like that taurine or whatever, the stuff that's in Red Bull, but it was inside of a powder, you know, like a flavored drink. But my heart was beating so fast, I was sweating. And it was like after 2 or 3 hours just from that. So we all, you know, Jesus, you know what I mean? And I used to love to eat candy and stuff. I used to have a bowl of sugar. Just a few years ago, again before I lost my sight in my bedroom in there, I had a bowl on the table. I kid you not. It had Skittles, right? Skittles, bottle caps. Remember that kind from when we were a kid? Yeah, I remember those. Bottle caps, Skittles, Reese's Pieces. Oh my God. These are all mixed in one bowl too. I'm not kidding. Reese's Pieces, Skittles. Might have M&M's in there. I like the peanut ones. And the strawberry. Little brush. Was that a sneeze? Yeah, sorry. That's okay. You gotta get that out. Back in the day, they used to say that was the devil. That was your soul getting out, right? That's why they say brush you. Yeah, so the devil don't get in you. They used to say either your soul was gonna get out or your devil was gonna get in. Just like they covered all the mirrors at night. Throwing the salt over their shoulder. Remember that? Don't step. What was that thing? Step on a crack, break. Step on a crack, break your mother's back or something. Yeah, that game the kids used to play. Yeah. All these things that we had. But yeah, I had a bowl of this stuff, and now I can't even eat candy anymore. You know, and everything I eat that has sugar in it. Like I don't want to eat nothing else the rest of the day that has sugar. Like if I eat breakfast and I have something sweet like Pop-Tarts. And Pop-Tarts, each one has like 12 grams of sugar, man. You know, and the suggestion is one Pop-Tart. But everybody gives their kids two. Whoever gives their kids one, I've never seen anybody give one. But on the thing it says serving suggested one Pop-Tart, not two. And there's like 24 grams of sugar in Pop-Tarts. That's like a whole pie. Because I used to watch my sugar, like energy bars and stuff. I was eating Nutri-Grain cereal bars. Those are healthy. But each one has like over 10 grams of sugar in a cereal bar. This is a shame, man. No wonder people are getting sick. So, but yeah, I had all them candies on the table and I loved them. So, speaking of the kids, did you have a big wheel when you were a kid? I had one. Oh, yeah, I had one, yeah. Yeah, which one did you get? Was it a certain one or was it just a color, like a certain color? Just a certain color. Because I had the Knight Rider one, remember that? Yeah, I remember that. But I had the Knight Rider. You had one too? I think I had a couple of them, yeah. Yeah, it was black and had a yellow seat. Like, I don't know what the yellow was. Maybe they had to put. Yeah, remember that? I had that before I lost my mobility in my legs, before they put me permanently in the wheelchair. I used to scoot around on it, you know what I mean? And remember how we always took off the seat? You never used the back seat where you stuff in the holes? The peg holes, you could keep like candy and stuff, like candy bar down in there, ride around, and go get your candy out later. Or the locks, kids put locks in there so it made a sound when you were driving around. Just like when they put them old, they either would put baseball cards on their bicycle tires a long time ago, on the bicycle wheels, or they put like them little huggy, little plastic empty hug drinks. That's how we did in the ghetto in the hood. They would stick that in their spokes on their bikes, and when it rode, it made it sound like a motorcycle. You know, because it was rubbing against it. But yeah, I had one of them big wheels. Yeah, so for people that haven't tuned in before, we went to D.T. Watson. That was school for disabilities. Because back then,
Well, we couldn't go to quote-unquote normal school, right? So I wasn't really in a wheelchair permanently then, right? I was in a regular wheelchair, kind of, but like people used to pick me up and stuff. I scooted around, right? Is that how you remember me? Yeah. I was in this power wheelchair back then, right? You know, when I was young. I just had like a regular one, because you know, I remember you and your dad and mom, or you and your dad came and got me a few times after school to come visit. Remember, you picked me up, we went out to your trailer. Was it a trailer or one floor? I can't remember. Is it the same house still? Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't very, it's one floor, right? It wasn't very big. Two. Just two? Three floors. Three, Jesus. Well, was your room downstairs? Upstairs. So the second floor. Oh, they carried me upstairs and I sat on the bed, right? Yeah. That's right, because we watched TV. I remember. But that was so long. That was 30-something years ago. Probably around 30. Because we kind of lost touch right after elementary school, around 11, 12 years old. Whenever I went to regular school and then you went to regular school. Right, and then, yeah, all these years later, after I lost my sight, I kind of just remembered your number in my mind, your regular house number, landlines, for people that weren't born yet back in the day. We had phones attached to a wall. And your mom still had the same number all these years. I mean, how is that possible? I didn't even know people could still pay and have landlines. Yeah, maybe it's just the area you're in where you guys are lucky, right? It's like places that don't have water still, right? They're still living back. And plus, where you're at, it's hard to get. You said even hard to get certain channels, right? Because you almost lost the penguins. You have to pay extra. That's a shame. Yeah, we still have to pay a little extra for it. Yeah, so you're kind of about. They don't really give. Yeah, they're not really giving you all the services, you know. But yeah, I remember that contacted, and we've been in touch now over a year or so.
I'm seeing stuff right now, y'all.
And nothing more and more about
Oh,
hockey.
dang it, just let's do this later.
Hockey back then. Did you ever go to a real, like a regular hockey game or penguin game or any college game, right? Yeah, I've been to a penguin game before, yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. I never went to one. Man, that'd have been nice. You got the hot dogs and all the good food. That was my favorite. I went to a couple of baseball Pirate games when I was young with the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Because that was nice, man. They had a special booth where you could go and you get all your food for free. So we could get the hot dogs, and that was my favorite part of the thing, the hot dogs and nachos and frozen things. But yeah, that must have been nice, the energy when you were there. People chanting, like cheering, you know, let's go Pens. Yeah, I still do it, yeah. What game was it? Do you remember any certain game you went to? Was Lemieux playing? Did you watch Lemieux? Yeah, Lemieux was playing, yeah. See, you got that. I never got to see him play, like, in person. He scored? Like, anything specific you remember? Not that I can remember, but I know he scored. He was just, oh yeah, he was just awesome, right? Yeah. You just knew he was out there every time, too, like where he was. See, he was just so great, man. He was just there, boom, he's gone. Right? He was like, he would just lower up to sleep and then he would take off. He's never going full speed. See, that's what he was saying. You don't allow him a lot. That's how I used to play street hockey for almost 7 years. Yeah, you don't let them know how fast, you know, how much you can do. You don't go full speed. And then, you know what I mean? Because then they can keep up. So you got to turn. There's always got to be another gear. You know what I mean? Same with Barassa, he was my favorite goalie. And I learned how to be a challenging goalie. Being in a wheelchair, I couldn't get on the ground, so I learned to come out and challenge. So I would come out real far. I mean, when they weren't close to the net, I'd be out there 10, 20 feet away playing street hockey, away from the net, because the closer you are to the puck, or the ball, right, the easier to save, right? It makes sense. So I studied that. I used to watch the games. I used to have a camcorder, and we would record our street hockey games. And then I figured out, hey, if I knew what their player was going to do before they did, then that gave me even more of an advantage. Because the wheelchair has a delay, you know what I mean? It don't move as quick as a person would be moving. So I had to kind of try to guess a little or just cheat a little one way or the other. And then I'm either going to look stupid or make a save. And then again, I can't get on the ground and cover it up. I didn't have a glove hand. So what I would do is I had one blocker on my right hand. Little kid-sized blocker because I only weighed 70 pounds. I had 24-inch goalie pads on my knees. I had a little helmet like Hasek with a cage on the front. And then I had a piece of cardboard around my left hand where the joystick was. because I got hit in the hand a few times with the puck bench, and that thing stung. So I had to put like a little, I actually had clothespins glued to my joystick box at one point, so I could just stick the cardboard in there when it was time to go play a game. And like a shield, you know what I mean? Because I can't go out there and play goalie if I'm scared of getting hit. So, yeah. But yeah, you played in school, right? I played school. In school, played up, positioning to backup. Yeah. Okay. What was your favorite position or goalie? Oh, I don't know. It was all fun. You liked it all? Yeah. Well, when I went to Minnesota to play in that tournament, it was a wheelchair hockey tournament. It's called the United States Electric Wheelchair Hockey Association. I don't know if they're still up, but it was the only one in the USA back in 2001. They had a tournament. It was the first ever Power Hockey World Cup. And they had like 11 teams from around the whole world. Everybody was in power wheelchairs, different disabilities, men and women, you know. And because back then, even in 2001, there wasn't any transgender or anybody. It was just nobody really did anything like they didn't want. Like there wasn't any other categories. It was just male, female. It's unlimited. It was, you know what I mean? So, because I'm sure everybody loves hockey. So we had a girl out there playing a goalie, and she was on a oxygen machine, in a wheelchair, playing hockey. But wow, I found out about that because I had been in the newspaper around here. The Beaver County Times saw me playing street hockey and did a story on it. And then when I found that wheelchair league, they had a tournament. I was like, they invited me to come, but I didn't have money, so I called the Beaver County Times. And I said, maybe you want to do a follow-up story. I have a chance to go to Minnesota. And so people actually started donating money to a bank account for me, right? And I got enough to go send one other person with me. And that's when I took Danny, who lives in Detroit now, who asked me to be the godfather of his two babies. You see how, what I mean? All these years later, how that works out. Like, it's just so awesome. Like, I love being love and light, that's it, you know what I mean? But yeah, I would never thought he'd have kids and ask me to be the godfather. I just was doing the right thing, We played hockey, we were close. I need someone to go with me. I didn't think he'd ever get to go anywhere. I didn't think any of us would ever leave PA, actually. So, but that was a cool trip. We went for 10 days. We met people. He was teaching the Germans how to swear in English, of course. They were teaching them bad words. I learned a couple too, but it was fun, and I actually scored the game-winning goal in the shootout to get us a ninth place. We would have got 11th. We would have been last, but I scored, you know what I mean? And I got the last shot. The coach asked me if I wanted to go first or last, and I said last. And I got the goal. And I remember, man, I was coming down, and I was left-handed, and I used to have like a little kid's plastic hockey stick, and I used to just have it leaning against my leg and kind of flip the ball. It was a wiffle ball. They used to use a wiffle ball because a lot of kids didn't have strength. Or, I call them kids, they were younger than me, some of them. But they were using just a wheelchair. They just had a stick taped to their chair, some of them, because they couldn't move their arms and legs. So they were allowed to use the wheelchair to kind of move the ball. But I used to just flick it a little bit with my leg. And so I was coming down from center with the ball, and I almost lost it, man. That would have been it. And then the girl was kind of moving to the left, and that's where I wanted to shoot, being left-handed. It's easier to go that way. If you go right, there's more of a chance of miss or hit the post because you're going across the green, they call it. So, but I went to the right top shelf about three quarters of the way up. And I remember it was like slow motion. The net moved. The girl moved back, but it was too late, you know what I mean? And then people started standing up in the gym. Everybody came out on the court like it was like in the movies, shaking hands, because we did the whole handshakes after, because of the tournament, And then people were actually coming up to me afterwards, because they were listening, people in the gyms and the other, at lunch were listening on walkie-talkies, so they could hear the games going on. And they were congratulating me, for scoring, and that was so cool. I called my coach Bombay from the Mighty Ducks, because he kind of reminded me of him. And he was younger than me, the coach at the time. But I didn't get to really play that much. My team was made up of some players that didn't really have a team. And so I was like on the team. But I got a medal here. And I got ninth place, man. So, and they had the Minnesota Vikings cheerleaders. They were there giving out the medals. we had like Olympic music at the beginning, you know, because they introduced all the countries with their anthems and stuff. It was cool. It was like this whole Olympic thing almost for 2 weeks. But yeah, so you went to regular school after I did, and you got a job. You worked you worked for Giant Eagle for a long time, right?
I did 16 years, yeah.
Okay, so you did all that. Then did you get retirement money from that, added to your disability or whatever? Or
no, I left the job and ended up getting disability after that.
Okay, but you don't get money for being retired, or you gotta wait? You're old enough.
No, I don't get any of that.
But you will when you get to be old enough, right?
I don't know.
You work 16 years, they can't just take that for Social Security money. When you're only 40-some years old, whenever you get to be in your 60s, you should get that 16 years back. You know? So yeah, I worked for like 3 days telemarketing and I quit. I couldn't do it. People were hanging up on me and calling me names and that. You know, back when I was 18, that's when I had to throw my first job, only job, a real job. So, and you weren't allowed to say nothing, you know what I mean? You have to be nice and tell them this whole thing and then I had to disconnect. So, but yeah, and then we graduated. And, so let me get to Stump the Stringert. I got like 3 questions, but there's multiple parts to them. And then, what do we like to tell everybody? You can't judge everyone has a story, and you can't judge a book by its cover. Before we get off of here, and you can hit us up on YouTube, TikTok, Harold Sullivan 78, and Facebook, Harold Sullivan period 35, and call the show 724-513-1472. We're coming up on 150 podcasts. So we appreciate all that, like, shares, comments, ratings, and you can email. Did I say email or hs19782015 at outlook.com. Okay, yeah, 3. I think I asked you these before. One of them. How many Tommy Jarvises and who played them in Friday the 13th? I'll let you think about that while I tell. Yeah, Chris and I are the horror icons. I nicknamed this over 100 years of horror movie knowledge combined. So yeah, in Friday the 13th series, how many Tommy Jarvises were there and who played them, the actors?
Corey Feldman, John Shepard, and Tom Matthews.
Okay, that's 3. Corey Feldman. Yeah, Tom Shepard. I gotta make sure because I was thinking it was more than that. I believe that's correct too. Because part 5 and part 4 and part 6 are all 3 different Tommies, right? Actually, Corey Feldman played him twice. He played him in part 4 and 5.
Yeah.
That was all the story behind that. He was working on either Goonies or Gremlins, so he couldn't shoot both movies, right? So he had to do Friday the 13th at night or something, or during the day, part 5. Okay, so you got that one. There's a little bit tougher one. We're going to get a little tougher. How many Mrs. Voorhees and who played her?
Betsy Palmer.
This one's a little harder.
Yeah, this one's a little harder. Yeah.
Yeah, because you know there's more Mrs. Voorhees. Think about each individual, all of them, every Friday the 13th and movie, and which ones have Mrs. Voorhees and who plays her.
Betsy Palmer did the best one.
Yeah, well that's the one that I remember. But there weren't more, because she's not the only one to play Jason's mom. Think about it.
On Freddy vs. Jason, she played the different one, yeah.
Yeah, that was a lady. See, I didn't even know that wasn't Betsy Palmer at the time because that lady was so good. I thought it was just all over, right? Okay, I don't remember her name though. So, but yeah, so that's 2 of them. So we don't have her actress's name.
Part 3 where she got her Lincoln actress, yeah.
Okay, so I don't remember her name either as well, but we're
Deanna Stewart.
okay. So you got her. Yeah, I used to have a figure with her on it. Had cloth on it. Do you have that one? And the Mesco one, I think Mesco made like an 8-inch Mrs. Voorhees with the zombie face like jumping out of the lake. Yeah.
Okay. No, I don't have that one, but I saw it.
Yeah, it's probably worth some money now. So that's 3 of them.
Yeah, they sell it for $30. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then I think I paid more for that at the time I got it, but
Oh, yeah, at the time you paid a hell of a lot more money for that.
Yeah, it was probably 30, 35, 40, but okay, and then is there any other ones? So we got part 1, part 3, and then Freddy versus Jason, right? Think one more. I'll give you a clue, one more.
Was there another one?
Yeah, you know her name because you told me before. Sounds like Banana.
Sienna Stewart.
No, I didn't think about that one. So, no, there's another one that sounds like Banana. I got you stumped.
Yeah, he got me stumped.
Well, you're not thinking about the remake. Nana
Oh,
Visitor.
yeah, the remake. I forgot about that one.
Nana Visitor. You remember you told me her name before when I asked because I couldn't remember. Yeah, the remake. So that's 4 Mrs. Voorhees. 4 different actresses, and people wouldn't even think that. Okay, now here's the toughest one, and I might not be correct on this because I'm not cheating and looking up with Google or whatever. We know these things, most of them. How many? Oh boy, this is multiple. How many child Jasons have been in the movies? Like how many different versions of a child Jason? Not the adult one, but how many different children, little boy Jasons were there?
How many times did I know of 2 anyway? 1980.
Okay.
The remake.
And then the remake. Think about it, because a little boy appears in most of all of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was one in Freddy vs. Jason.
Yes. So that's 3.
That's 3.
Yeah. I think you actually might have one more than I thought.
I have one more. I don't know.
No, there's more. There's 2 more, actually. Part 8. Remember?
Yeah, part 8. Yeah, I remember that now, yeah.
When that girl was, I don't know what she was seeing, Jason, in the boat and all that.
And she kept saying,
That was weird, isn't it? And then he turned into a boy in the head, right?
yeah.
He turned into a boy in the head and floated away. I don't know. Okay, so that's what, 4 Jason boys? And then there's one more. Go back a little bit for part 8. Because I think the reason they did it in part 8 was because of part 7. Under part 7. Isn't he in part psychic Jason, or the psychic one, where Jason tries to pull her in when she's young, the little boy? What's
Part
that?
8, yeah.
No, part 7. So the
Part
psychic,
7, yeah.
yeah, the psychic, remember her uncle, our mean old uncle threw her in? And, no, that was part 8 when that happened.
That was part 8, yeah. That was Jason Takes Manhattan.
Part 7 was the dad drowned, or the dad went in because of the second girl. But wasn't Jason, little boy Jason in part 7?
Not that I can recall.
No, so it was only part 8, you're right. Okay, so it's 4.
Yeah, it was only part 8.
Okay, so it's 8. So it's 4 baby Jasons then, right? So we said remake, part 1, part 8, and Freddy
The
versus Jason.
Freddy vs. Jason, yeah.
Okay. Do you know the actors' names of any of them? Well,
No, I don't.
well, you know one of them. The first one. Yeah. Yeah. I got him on.
Everybody knows that one,
I
yeah.
got him on the podcast. The first Jason. Y'all can check that out. Okay, the remake. I don't know the other one's names either, actually. Okay, and then how about how many different adult Jasons? So that one's gonna be really there's a number up there though. So we got 4. Yeah. 4 kids, and then how many adult Jasons? We know Kane Hodder is one, so we're just gonna say that he played him 4 times, right? 6, 7.
Yeah.
I mean not 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
C.J. Graham.
7, 8, 9, 10 is Kane. So that's 2 Jasons, Kane Hodder and C.J. Graham.
Ted White in the final chapter. Richard Booker in part 3.
Yeah, that's 4 Jasons.
Warren Gillette in part 2.
Okay. That's 5. Well, you're actually naming the actors too, so that was my second part of the question. Okay. There was actually another one in part 2, remember? That's a trick question.
Steve Boskowitz.
Yeah, but there was 2 because there's a little bit of who took credit for what. So that's 6 Jasons, right? Something like that. Okay, and then who else? Part 5. Did you say part 5? Because I'll count that.
Dick Wayne played Roy.
Yeah, well, not him, but the other guy. What was the other guy's name? Not the driver, but the guy who played the fake Jason, or the guy who played the Jason with the mask on in part 5. That's the one I'm counting. I think you said his name already. Because the guy who played Roy wasn't the guy wearing the Jason mask. That was just Roy, the guy without the mask. There was another guy who played Jason in part 5 in the flashback. Remember when they dug up Jason?
Yeah.
What was his name?
I don't remember that.
Okay. And then,
They said it in an interview with us, but I don't remember his name.
okay, and then who else is there? Because we're running around time. Ken Kersinger from the remake, right?
Yeah.
I mean, not from Freddy versus Jason, Ken Kersinger. Then the remake is Derek Mears. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anybody else? That's a remake, Freddy versus Jason. I think I came up with like 9 or something. Does that seem about right to you? And then four young ones, which makes it about 13 different Jasons. In my opinion. It might be a little off, but yeah. It's weird to be 13 Jasons, right? 13, Friday the 13th. But yeah, we're going to sign off here. And I'm going to stay on with Chris and hang up. But love's your choice, and so is the hate.
Be the light, everybody.